Welcome back to episode 2 of season 2, Pencil and Paper. This time we are going to talk about 5 of the selected medium level problems from 2016 AMC 12A. And some of the problems also appeared in the AMC 10A. We are going to work on problems 11, 15, 16, 19, and 20. And some of them might not be the most challenging one, but are the ones can cause mistakes, right? Bingjie, you have the personal feelings on that, right? Okay, so how do we start?
Okay, so we can just jump in with number 11.
Okay, yeah.
So the problem says we have 100 students, and they can sing, dance, or act, and each has either 1 or 2 of these talents. So nobody has all 3, but nobody has no talents either. We also know that 42 students cannot sing, 65 cannot dance, and 29 cannot act. And it's asking how many of the students have 2 of the talents. So whenever you see a problem like this, it's always a good strategy to draw a Venn diagram. So let's try that. We have the circle for everybody who can sing, another circle for everybody who dances, and then the third one for actors. Right?
But they cannot have 3 talents, so
Right. So there's
region-
nobody in here,
Mhm.
right? So everybody's in one of these places. Okay. So what else do we know? Well, we know that 42 of them cannot sing. So it means that these 3 together have 42. Right? This region, and this region. So I'll just do it like this. So this part is 42. Right? 65 cannot dance. So it means these 3 regions add to 65. And then 29 cannot act. So these 3 add to 29. And it's asking us how many people have 2 of the talents, so these 3 regions. Well, one thing we can do is just add up all of these. Right? If we add up everything, 42, 65, and 29, we're going to be counting this region twice, this region once, this region twice, this once, this twice, this once. Right? So if we add up these 3 numbers, what do we get? Let's see. This is
61,
136.
136, right? So 136 is the sum of all of these things, but we only want the people who have 2 talents, right? So we want the people in this region. So
wait, what does that 136 represent?
right, so the 136 represents the sum of twice this region, plus twice this region, plus twice this region, plus 1 of this and 1 of this, 1 of this.
So
in
I think
other
you
words-
can write it in 2 ways.
So it's 2 times the number of people with 1 talent plus the number of people with 2 talents. Right? And what else do we know? Well, we also know that the number of people with 1 talent plus the number of people with 2 talent is just 100, because that's everybody. So if we subtract them, we get that the number of people with 1 talent is equal to 136 minus 100, which is 36. So the answer is how many have 2 talents, which is 64.
64. Yeah.
So the mistake comes from what?
So the mistake that a lot of us made was we thought that the problem statement said that 42 can sing, 65 can dance, and 29 can act instead of cannot. So then that gives you an answer of 36 instead of 64.
Yeah, essentially what happens is like the regions are counted twice are the regions that have 2 talents. So instead of like doing having 36 people having 1 talent, you have 36 people with 2 talents. So that's how it makes the mistake.
So Venn diagram wise, if it's can, that means one circle, right?
Yeah.
If it's can't, actually they give you the
So
one,
rest
the
of
other two circles.
Yeah. So the other choices are actually very well designed because they're actually the perfect squares: 16, 25, 36, 49, 64. So it's not that easy to see that you made a mistake
What do you mean?
because the other choice seems to be like
Can you draw it?
The answer choices seem really like random. It's like
yeah
random. Like why how is this related to perfect squares? Right? But it turns out that 36 plus 64 is 100. So if you flip it, you can get an answer wrong.
yeah
I see.
And here actually, Vinjay, you should have, instead of drawing colors, draw variables, right? So if you had a more twisted Venn diagram problem, you will need to write system of equations and see what's going on.
Mhm.
Just because it's symmetrically.
Right. And because this one is nicer, we can just use colors and then explain it more quickly.
Yeah.